Transformations. So this is second session on transformations, right? So in last session, we have seen with column renamed when and filter transformations. Okay, today we will discuss. I thought of discussing many transformations today, but we have very less audience. No problem. Okay, so today we will discuss on array type of functions. Okay, so the purpose of this array function is uh, it creates an array like structure. I mean structure list like structure. Okay, from column values. So we will have different columns. Okay, so we will use array function. So to club two columns and it will create array like values. Okay, the syntax will be array column one, column two, and if you want any number of columns, you can keep. First, let me create some dummy data, and on top of that dummy data, we can see some examples. Okay, data equals first is ID, first column is ID, and fruit one and fruit two. Great. Okay, like this we have data, input data, and the columns are ID, fruit one, fruit two. Let's create data frame, spark dot create data frame. The parameters are data and columns. Okay, so it has created data frame. Let's display. Okay, so first row is one apple banana, second row is two apple grape, two orange grape. So what I want to do, so I want to add, because this one is fruit and this one also fruit. They belongs to same category, right? So I want to group them. So I want to join them. I want to make it as list using array function. Okay, how can we do that? On top of this existing data frame, we can use with column, right? We can use with column function, and inside this one we can create column like fruits only, fruits, and you can use array function. So first column is fruit one, fruit one, and second column fruit two. Okay, dot show. Name array is not defined. Yeah, first we need to import. So functions, right? From PySpark dot SQL dot functions import all. Yeah. See here now. So id fruit 1 fruit 2, so we have this original data frame, id fruit 1 and fruit 2 are there. So now we have created one column. So using with column transformation we can create new columns, right? So the new column is derived from the existing two columns. One is fruit 1 and fruit 2. They belongs to same category, fruits category. So we can club them using array function. So now this column, so now the column type will be, if you let me assign this to one data frame, df1 equal to this. Yeah, now you can see the data type of this. So id is long and fruit 1 is string, fruit 2 is string, but fruits you can see. So fruits is array type. Okay, so because we are clubbing both columns, now it is not a single value. So in in fruits column we can see both, right? Both fruit one and fruit two. So it is not a single column, so it is single item. So we have a list of items. That's why it is array. So we know array is a list of items. Okay, so this array function we can use to combine two columns, two or three multiple columns. We can say multiple columns. If you want to combine them, you can use it. Okay, now our next function is explode function. So explode function, where why we use? So the purpose of this explode function, it transforms each element of an array into a separate row. It means if you have okay, so we have let's print this df1 dot display display. You can see now the fruits column has a list of items, right? But what I want id. So let's think that fruit one and fruit two columns were not exist. So we have only id and fruits now. So what you want to do? So you don't want fruits column as array type. You want one apple, one banana as different rows, and two orange and two grape as different rows. Okay, so now we will have four rows, right? So one apple is first row, one banana is next row, two orange is first row, two grape is second row, like this. So we can have in real time we can have like employee ID and his skills. So skills may be Python, ADF, ADB, like this. So what you want, you don't want a skills column as array type. You want different skills. You want to show different skills for the same person. Then at that time you can use explode function on top of these fruits. What will happen? So maybe one name may be Gopi. One Gopi skill is first one is Python. One Gopi second skill ADF. One Gopi ADB. So if you have in how many number of skills you have, those many number of rows we can see. Okay, this what this explode function will do, it transform each element of an array. So each element of an array into different types. So let me, what we can do, df2 equal to, I want to select only id and I want to select only id and fruits column. Df1 dot, we will see in we will see this what select function transformation. Okay, don't worry. So I want to select only id and fruits. Okay. So df2, I don't want other rows. We have fruit one, fruit two, right? So I only want id and fruits. So now let's display df2. Yeah. So we have id and fruits, apple, banana, id two, orange and grape. Now I want them as separate rows. So how can we achieve this? df3 equal to df2 dot, okay, with column and create. So we have to create new column, right? So we can create like each fruit. So the expression will be explode function. We will apply this explode function on fruits. Okay. And then df3 dot show. Let's see. Yeah, here you can see df3 id and each fruit id. So earlier we have id fruits, right? So we have only id fruits. Here you can see one apple banana, two orange grape earlier, but now what happened? So we applied this explode function on top of fruits, right? So what it does, so it transformed each element. So each element means this one apple banana into separate rows. So we have got separate rows, right? One apple, one banana, two orange, and two grape. So if you want to remove these fruits, or if you want to select only this column, what columns ID and each fruit, we can do is dft dot select ID, comma each fruit only, and show. See now, so ID and each fruit, one apple, one banana, two orange, two grapes. So we may require, so we may have to apply this explode functions in real time also. I told na. So if you have skills as a column, and if you want to display each skill in each row, then you can use this explode function on skills column. Okay, it transforms each element to each element of an array type to separate row. Okay, next we will discuss split function. So the purpose of split function is it splits a string into an array. So it splits a string into an array based on a delimiter. Okay, so we will provide one delimiter. So delimiter means it may be comma. Okay, so we will provide the separator. Okay, based on the separator value, it will split the string into an array. We will see how it is going to do. Okay, let me give some data like, okay, one comma apple, banana, and grape. So this is one row. So first one is ID, second one is fruits, list of fruits. Okay, not list of fruits. It is a string. Okay, inside this string we have fruit names, but it is only one element. So it is a string type. Okay. Now I have one other one, two comma, yeah, orange and mango. Okay, like this we have the data. So this total is one element, but it is a string. Okay, but what I want to do, these are three fruits, right? These are two fruits, but they are inside one what string? Columns are ID and fruits. Let me create data frame. Data frame equal to spark dot create data frame data one columns. So it has created df dot show. It has created this data frame. You can see here. So first row is one, and this you can see this is a string. Okay, and inside this string we have some fruits. Okay, this one also string, we have some fruits. Now what we want to separate these fruits: one apple, one banana, one grape, two orange, two mango. Then that time we can pass this string to split function, and we can ask the split function. So where I have to split, so where this string has to split. Whenever you encounter comma, then that time split into a different row. Okay, it will work like that. So what split function will do? It splits a string. So this is a string, right? This is a string. It is surrounded by two double quotes. So it will split a string into an array. based on a delimiter. Okay. Okay. So it is a string. It will, okay, we will see. df1 equal to df dot with column, okay, fruit array. We want these fruits an array type. This is a string now. If you see, this is a string type. But what we want to do, so we want to create it into a array. Okay, like this. If you see, like this array type, apple, comma banana, like this we want to. So we want to split, and we will apply split function here. And so on top of fruits column, right? Of this fruits column, and it should be so where we want to split, so whenever you encounter comma at that time split it. Okay, df1 dot show. See now, so id earlier fruits column we have, but it is a string, but now it converted into a array. Okay, so now it is array type. Here also array. So what I can do, so if I want one apple, one banana, one grape, two, so what we can do, we can use explode function, right? Okay, so how can we achieve this? df2 equal to df1 dot mm, what? Not with column. Yeah, we can use with column function, and and fruit array, fruit array only, and we will apply this explode function on top of fruit array. Dot select. I want to select only id comma fruit array. Okay, df2 dot show. See here, so one apple, one banana, one grape, two orange, two mango. So if you want to achieve this, so from here we cannot achieve directly. So if you, because it is a string, right? So we cannot apply this explode function on top of this. Okay, what will happen if you apply explode function on top of this? It is a string, right? It is not a array. So if you apply, if you directly apply, we will see df1 dot with column. Okay, with column some explode. Okay, I want to give explode. If you apply this explode function on top of this what fruits, what it will, so see here, cannot resolve explode fruits due to a data type mismatch. You can see here. So it should be array or map function. So the array or map function, but it is a string type, right? The fruits column is string type. So we cannot apply explode function directly on this. So first you need to convert it into a, okay, first we need to, what we have to do. So first we need to convert it into a array type. How can we do? So how can we can use split function? So and it is fruits is a string, right? So whenever you encounter comma, so it will split it to split those strings. So but it will convert that string to array type. Here we have seen, right, earlier. Here you can see df1 fruit array is array type, but fruits is string type. So we converted it into a array type. On top of this array type, we can apply explode function. So you cannot apply this explode function on top of string data type. You can apply this explode function on top of array type only. So first we converted that those fruits to array type using split, and then we use explode function. Okay, you understood, right, how this split and explode works. We have one more transformation, array contains. So this we used to check, it checks what this array contains transformation will do. It checks whether an array, so array contains a specific value Okay, so what it will do? So here we have array of elements, right? Apple, banana, or orange, grape. So it will check so whether apple exists in that array or not. So it is going to check. So that time we can use this array contains. Okay, so it is going to check whether an array contains a specific value or not. Mm, we have where we have fruit array df1, right? Okay, so df1 dot show. Yeah, in df1 we have fruits array. Okay, so df3 equal to df1 dot, okay, uh with the column, yeah, with column function I am using. Okay, so has apple. It is going to check whether apple is there in that column or not. So has apple, and we are applying this array contains a function on top of what? Fruit array function. Okay, and df3 dot display. It is going to check. Okay, it is going to check whether missing one required position argument value has apple. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Here we need to provide array contains. So to this we have to provide the value. So which value we have to provide? We are creating one column, has column, right? Has apple, right? So it is going to check. So has apple column will have whether apple is there in this fruit array or not. Okay. So first array contains, the first parameter is column name and the second one is value. Okay. Mm, here you can see, you can take help of this what Databricks. So first one will be this one, syntax. Let me give syntax for this. Mm, Syntax for this array contains is array contains, and the first parameter will be array column name, and second one will be value. Okay, so here I want to check this fruits array as apple or not. Let me run now. Here you can see, so one apple, banana, grape. So apple is there, yes, true. One orange, mango. Apple is there, no, false. So this has apple has created na, so we have created this column. It is going to check whether the specific value is inside the array or not. So it is going to check apple. Now let's give orange. So here false because we don't have orange here. Here true because we have orange. Let me give some other fruit name. So here you can see, so in both of these arrays, we don't have gopi. So it returned false. So here I given what empty string. So it given what false. So like this, you can check whether that array contains a specific value or not using array contains. Okay. How many people have joined? Darshan Shankar. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we have one more transformation, that is alias. Okay, the purpose of this transformation is it renames. So in SQL also we'll use na. So it renames a column or given. Okay, it renames a column or gives an alias to an expression. So we will use this alias mainly in SQL also, and Spark also will use. So if we can rename a column and give a alias name, or otherwise, if you have an expression to that one also, we can use this alias. We will see. Okay, the syntax will be column. Okay, column name. We will have here column name. On top of this column name, you can apply this alias function. Alias, and whatever the value you are going to give new column, column name, new value to this column name, so that you can access from now. Let's see. Mm, some data we have, ID and name. Okay, ID and name. The columns are ID. First one is ID and second one is name. Let's create a data frame. Data and columns. Okay, it has created a new Spark dot create data frame, data comma columns, syntax error near where ID name one Gopi Spark error expect parse expression syntax error near line one. What error? Column COLUMNS. Okay, data. It is also correct. One Gopi, two Chipro, ID and name. So where? What is this error? Syntax error or what error we are getting here? Guys, can you see any error in this? Okay, what error? Also syntax error. Syntax error at or near end of input line one position.
Gopi, at the line number 5, we need to remove double quotes, I think.
Yes, yes,
Data
yes, yes,
and
yes.
columns, we
Correct,
need
correct, correct, correct,
to
correct, correct. Yes, yes, yes.
pass like
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
only.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Okay, which one? Okay, ID and name we have, right? So what I am going to do? So I want to change this column name using alias function. So df, we can use this df dot select. Okay, and the column name. So I want to change this column name. Okay, to we can use alias function, right? So to employee name, employee name, employee name. I want to display. So earlier the column names are ID and select, right? ID and name, right? Now I want to change it to what? Name to this one. Okay, df2 equal to df1 df. Okay, df1 id id comma. Okay, let's display now. Okay, so what we can do, so we can change the column names using alias function. So here you can see, so the original data frame has ID and name. as column names, but if we can change this name to employee name using alias function. So inside this alias function we can give new value. So this is the old column name, and this is the new column name. So using this we can what we can change the column name. And you can ask me, Gopi, we already have with column rename. Okay, so yes, you can use with column renamed, or this one, both of this you can use to rename this. Okay. Mm, yeah, ascending and descending. So sorting we will see ascending or descending. Ascending, we have descending, ascending and as descending for transformations. So what they will do, they are used for sorting. So to sorting a data frame, they are used for sorting a data frame in ascending or descending order. Let's see. So they are used for sorting. Okay. Mm, we have data, right? Let me display this data. Df dot display. Yeah, one Gopi, two Chebrolu we have, right? So I want to, what I want to do. So I want to what sort this data frame. How can we do df dot this order by function? So here you can say we have to discuss order by also, right? uh, order by, yeah, today only we have to cover this order by. Okay. So whenever you want to sort na, that time you have to use order by and ascending and descending both together. Okay. Here I can keep order by. So the transformation is order by. And if you want to transform it, sort in ascending order, descending order, you can select later. Okay. So for sorting, we can use this order by transformation. Okay. So order by transformation is used for sorting in a data frame, and this ascending and descending they will be used for in particular order. So in which order you want to transform, that they will decide ascending and descending. Okay. So order by df dot order by, so which one, maybe I will use this column id for sorting. And on top of this we have to see use, right, descending. I will use descending and show. See here, so we earlier we have one and two. Now we are calling, so we are using descending order, right? So ID two will be displayed first, one will be displayed next, because two is greater, right? So descending order. So the highest value will be at first position, and the lowest value will be a last position. So it's sorted. So using order by function, what we can do, so we can sort any column. So you can sort a group of columns also, one or you can now we have selected only one, so we can use group of columns also. Okay. If you give, so if you don't mention any function, so if you don't mention any ascending or descending, so default it will be ascending only. So one and two, right? So default it will be ascending only. If you want in descending, you have to explicitly apply this descending. Okay. So two and one. So if you apply ascending also, one and two only. So default it will be ascending. If you want descending, you have to explicitly give here. Okay. And then we have like transformation. So in SQL, you may use this like function. So we have explained, right, when I'm explaining this like in SQL. So the purpose is to match some pattern, right? So like function. So it is used. So like transformation is used to filter rows or records. So it is used to filter rows with wildcard string matching, I mean pattern matching. We'll provide some string, some pattern in string format, so it will do, it will check for that, whether those patterns are exist or not, and it will display. Yeah, so let me create. Okay, so inside this name we have Gopi and Chebrolu, right? So I want to filter now. So df dot filter, the condition we are using here. Okay, so on top of column name. Okay, so we are using like, so we have to match that pattern, right? Which pattern? First G, so G value, and later anything. So anything means percentile. Percentile means wildcard. So wildcard means anything can be there. Okay, dot show. Let's see. So it has to display. It will filter the rows with whose name start with G. So we have only G Gopi, right? Otherwise, you can give like this U. So at the last position U, and before we can, it can be anything. So let's see, two Chebrolu, right? And if you want to display, mm, if you want to display what? If you give percentile here, so it will display everything. One go, because we are not giving any pattern. So if you give, so we discussed this one, I guess we discussed this one uh, earlier also. So while explaining SQL queries, so this like transformation we will use to match some pattern. So we will provide some pattern here. If that pattern matches of this on this column, then it will give us, it will process those columns, and it will filter out which rows not matching this pattern. Okay, so you understood, right? This like transformation. So same like SQL queries. So in SQL we have, right? So we will use this like function to match some pattern. And I think we discussed this cast. We have cast transformation. I think while explaining, maybe with column, that time we have used this cast, right? I don't think we need now. Okay, let's discuss this one also, no problem. DF has data frame, mm, ID, DF as ID and employee name, ID and name, right? ID is long and the name is string. Okay, I want to convert this. Let's display here DF dot print schema. ID is long and name is string, but I want to change this ID to string value. How can we do that? DF dot with column, same ID, same column I am taking, and in the expression column ID on top of this column ID, so I can use this cast transformation. So cast function. So cast, so to string and dot display. Here you can see. I want store it in some data frame. Okay. Okay. Now you can see df1 id string and name also string. Earlier id data type is long, but we casted. So we casted the data type to string using cast function. Okay. Okay. Next. Hmm. We have distinct distinct function. Okay, this one, what it will do, so if you want to remove duplicate rows in a data frame, so what we can do, we can use a distinct transformation. Okay, so what it is going to do, it is going to removes duplicates duplicate rows from the data frame. So from the entire data frame. So it will check entire data frame. If any duplicate rows it finds, it is going to remove all the, it is going to save only the first one. So if it encounters the same row second or third time, so it is going to remove all those which are duplicated. Okay. Let have this data where we have this data. Yeah, here we have, right, control C, mm, control V, one go P, yes, one more time. Okay, df dot show. Now you can see one gopi, two chebrolu, one gopi. Okay, so if you apply this distinct transformation, what it is going to do? Distinct, df dot distinct dot show. So df dot distinct. So we have used. Let's see. Here you can see one gopi and two chebrolu. But in the original data, we have three rows, one gopi, two chebrolu, and one gopi only. But here, so we have used this distinct, so it is going to remove the duplicate. So one gopi, this column, this row is duplicated, right? That's why it removed it. Okay. So like this, we can use all duplicate rows are removed, right? So we can remove all the duplicate rows using distinct transformation. And we also have drop duplicates. We have drop duplicates transformation also, but the purpose of this one is it removes duplicate rows. Okay, it is also going to remove duplicate rows, but based on specific column. So here, so it is going to check on all the data frame. Okay, so it is going to check row by row. So so it is going to check one gopi. Okay, all the rows, all the columns. It is going to check ID and name. If you have 10 columns, it is going to check everything. So it checks row wise only. So if one full row matches with other full row, it is going to delete those duplicates. But in this, you may have data like one Gopi, two Chebrolu, and one Sachin. So on that time, so same ID, same employee ID cannot be there for two employees, right? That time, what we are going to do? So we are going to apply this drop duplicates only on ID. Okay, you understood, right? So we can apply this drop duplicates on specific columns. Then we can use drop duplicates. Okay. Mm, like this. Let me take the same data frame, same data one gopi, and here Sachin. Okay, let's check. Uh, so let's check with distinct. So what it is going to do? We have applied this distinct, but it has returned one gopi, two chebulu, one Sachin, because so we know ID. So same ID should not be exist for two employees, but still this distinct will check every row, right? Every row. So one gopi and one Sachin, they are not equal. That's why it hasn't removed. So if you use this drop duplicates function, drop duplicates function on top of any column. So we can give ID. So let's see now. So it should be a list. See here, it has printed only one Gopi and two Cheprolu because we have used drop duplicates and an ID. So it has checked. So one and one here. So it has removed this one second. So it will keep the first occurrence. So one Gopi is first row, right? That's why it kept one Gopi. And it checked. So one and one are different. So it printed two Cheprolu also. So it checked one and one. So one and one. Okay, so it will remove one Sachin because IDs are duplicated. Okay, so if you want to check specific columns, you can use drop duplicates. If you want to check all the rows, all the columns, and if you want to check row by row, then you can use distinct. Okay. Okay, guys. So today we have very less people, and I am also tired. I think this is sufficient. So we have discussed many transformations today, like what we have discussed, array and explode, array contain, split function we have discussed, and then we have discussed how to sort, sorting, ascending or descending, and we have discussed like transformation also. And then at last we discussed what how to remove duplicates. So this is very important step in cleaning the data. So we don't want to process duplicates, right? That time you can use the distinct or drop duplicates. Okay. If you have any questions,